Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how I always stay emotionally calm. So just before I start this video, I would like to invite your viewers who have not subscribed to please subscribe to my channel, as I'm really trying to hit 500 subscribers. So anyway, how do I always stay emotionally calm? You might be watching this video and wondering, am I actually an emotionally calm person? And I'll have to tell you that maybe, or at least compared to most people, I think I am emotionally calm. And how have I got to this position? I can tell you this now, that I was not always this way. I think of myself as a pretty emotional person. I get really emotionally involved in a lot of things, and that leads to a lot of thoughts in my head that I really don't wish to have, because it gives me a lot of anxiety, and I feel like it just drains me away from all the good energy that I could otherwise have, and I could use that energy in my work, etc. So then, why have I become an emotionally calm person? Well, that kind of just answered the question, is because if I'm not emotionally calm, then all my energy goes into being emotional and thinking about how others have been wronged and life is very difficult and stuff like that, and it's just so much negative energy in myself. In the immediate future, I can't do anything to help all these other people, and that's really what I want to do, is help the whole world. But right now I can't, and the only thing that I can do in order to help these people is be in a position, or get myself into a position, to be able to help people. So then there's a whole vicious cycle and the whole looping going around where I'm feeling sad for other people being sad, and it's making me sad, so I can't do anything about it. So that is why I've thought of it quite pragmatically and quite logically, and it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense to be emotional all the time, because it really just drains away from you. But of course, these are just words. It's so easy to tell someone to not worry about something, because of course they're going to worry about it. That's the whole point. They are worrying about it because they feel sad towards that thing. So in this video, I guess I'll just talk about the way in which the thought processes, or the kind of things that I've gone through to realize that really and truly these emotions in the world we currently live in, which is very technologically advanced, and there's like computers and stuff that do a lot of the work, tractors and so much technology, that we just really don't have to worry about animals killing us if you live in like the UK or the West. So a lot of these stresses and anxieties are there to probably protect us 100,000 years ago, but right now they just add to these emotions, and they just add to negativity in our lives. So one of the thought processes is that when I'm emotional, or when I have a negative emotional reaction to something, I become very negatively charged. Sounds very scientific, but it's just my own word in saying that when you feel negative, you can't prove this, but there's a lot of negative energy that comes towards you. If you feel like you're a pessimist, then often you won't really succeed a lot compared to if you're an optimist, because you're just attracting negative energy as opposed to attracting positive energy. So being emotional, or being in a negative emotional state, is not very helpful. It actually reduces your productivity in a short burst of time. It also puts you into a headspace where you really just see all the negatives and negatives. The fact of the matter is, without negativity, there is no positivity. If everyone was special, no one would be special just by virtue, because there's nothing separating. If there weren't poor people, there wouldn't be rich people. By comparison, things occur. Of course, I'm not trying to justify suffering, because that's horrible and no one should suffer. But the ratio just changes. If everyone were millionaires, there will be millionaires suffering. Millionaires with big mansions, if everyone had mansions, and there will always be a form of suffering. So just by knowing that there's always going to be good and bad, we should focus on the good, because having a positive outlook and having positive emotions is actually more beneficial to us, and we'll feel happier. We all know that negative emotions are very bad, and we just don't like having negative emotions. So then, how can we rewire ourselves to feel more calm and be more positive? Well, it takes a lot of effort, and I feel like you get it as you grow older. Many of you watching might be in their early 20s or even younger, and it's a very difficult time, and you don't really know what you're doing. You feel like you have a plan, but this plan is not going to plan, and even if it is going to plan or exceeding this plan, it has a toll on you, because you didn't really plan for this. As in, if your financial plan was going overboard and now you've come into a lot of money, it's very hard, because it's not very easy to actually keep that money if you don't have a financial plan. A lot of people, especially people that win the lottery, win money and then they just lose it all. So easy come, easy go culture. So no one's life is easy. I'm not saying anyone's life is easy and anyone's life is hard. No one, in fact, no one's life is easy. I've always had this feeling and thought is that everyone's life is pretty much has the same amount of points. So like say 100 points or 1,000 points, and they're just allocated differently into different fields, which means everyone has the same amount of points. So someone that might appear like they're a billionaire, their life's going so well, they have amazing family, really their attributes might be on the richness, in the good looks and stuff like that, but their attribute points from other things like happiness, for like feeling good about themselves, having parents who cared for them, it probably might be stereotypically lower. So you can't really judge someone. Conversely, someone who might be living in poverty might have all the attributes gone away from like food, shelter and stuff like that, but they might have attributes in other places such as family, such as spirituality and stuff like that. So you can't really judge someone from a poorer background to a richer background because, of course, it's not entirely comparable. And I am not talking about extreme cases such as famine, war, disasters and stuff like that, because that's short-term suffering, hopefully short-term. After a lot of waffling, what I'm trying to say is there's always going to be suffering at both extreme ends. Jeff Bezos is going to suffer, someone who doesn't have much money is going to suffer also. But it's up to you how you react to the suffering and your environment. For example, you could be a person who always asks for money, but you're just asking for money and you're not doing anything to improve your life. You're not doing anything to take key information from your situation and try to improve it. I feel like a lot of our responsibility is to try to change and react differently to the circumstances we are given, because we are all given different circumstances and circumstances can change in a heartbeat. So there's no point of feeling entitled to something because things can change. You can die, fortunes can literally flip around, stock markets can crash. So there is no point in letting emotions or letting anything interfere with the shortness of our lives. Life is so short, there's no point of being caught up in things that actually reduce the life on earth. Like I said, money is the only currency we really have in this world. We don't want to exchange it for negativity. I know my rambling on today didn't really address the title of the video, but I feel like this is a preface to how and why I stay emotionally calm, is because you cannot control the external. You just can't control the external, but you can control how you react to it. In the beginning, it might seem impossible, and it did seem impossible for a long time, that you can actually change the way you react to something. But like I always say to myself, because no one else wants to listen to it, I'm just kidding. Like I always say to myself, you can't change anyone else, you literally cannot, but you can only change yourself. You can move out the way of others, you can go above others, you can go below, under, whatever way. You can only change yourself really. And so that's a very important message that I want to give to you all, is that you should strive to change in yourself, you should strive to develop personally. And if everyone did their bit to improve personally, then the world might be a better place. So I'll just end this video here. If you like this video, you know what to do. Please press like. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing, as I try to give value to my subscribers by giving personal growth information related to my experiences as I grow older. I plan on keeping up posting twice a week forever basically. Even if my subscriber count doesn't increase or not, I feel like this is a personal therapy for me. Please comment down below and talk to me about how you deal with emotions and how you remain emotionally calm. Do you feel like the way I'm doing it is completely wrong and that I'm bottling my emotions and that suddenly it's going to explode? Really don't think this. I might talk about this in a future video, but I feel like I've developed a kind of mindset, but I really want to talk about that in a separate video. So as always, thank you for watching.